Well, it's been a while. This is Pokemon Snap, everybody! A game you might remember if you, like me, were obsessed with Pokemon when you were 8, which I imagine most of you were, especially if you're, watching this. You get the option to, choose a name. If you decide not to, and just go straight to end, it defaults to give you the name Todd. So I guess it's canon in the Pokemon franchise, or whatever. I don't know, check Bulbapedia. So on the off chance that you don't know what this game is, the concept of the game is that you drive around and you take pictures of Pokemon. And, you get scored based on how good the pictures are, and, you just drive around 7 really short levels and just take some pictures, and this whole LP is probably gonna be like an hour long. So, yeah. I don't know if this was a budget game, or if this was like if this was priced like a budget game when it came out. I don't know how much it cost to buy. I would not be surprised if they charged full price for it back then, because they could get away with that. But yeah, I don't know. An hour worth of content. I don't know. So you see the basic mechanics of this, aim and shoot. It's not terribly complicated. There are a couple of hidden things. Not all of the Pokemon are in obvious places. For instance, see that Lapras is way out to the side, so you have to know where to look for that, and that's not a great picture because that Lapras is way out there, but you need to take a picture of it there to get it to come closer later on in the level. Similarly, you will get tools later to help you get better pictures of some Pokemon. For instance, you may have recognized that Snorlax that was sleeping back there. If you try to take a picture of that now, see more Lapras, how nice. If you try to take a picture of that Snorlax now, it won't register as a Snorlax, and you won't get points for it. It doesn't count as a picture of a Pokemon. You need to come back with some method of waking it up. So yeah. So you need to, all of the levels, you need to revisit at some point when you can do more things with them. Or in them, I suppose. That's a better way to phrase that. Another Pokemon. Yeah, it's a question mark Pokemon. If you don't know what that is, you might be able to guess. That one's pretty recognizable as well, but you won't get points for it yet. Let's see, look, that's the shot you want to get of the Lapras. Ain't that a beauty? Yeah, this game isn't really big with the depth or challenge. It's, got enough to entertain you for a couple hours, for a rental, basically, that's the reason I never actually owned this as a kid, because I rented it and I played it all. But I distracted myself from what was really happening there. You'll notice that those Pidgey were using Gust at the end there, at the end of the level, on the Meowth, and that is important, which you'll see in just a second. I'm usually gonna cut this part out of the videos, selecting and getting graded on the actual pictures, because that's just, usually, you just sort through a bunch of mostly similar looking pictures, and there's repetitive noises, and then when it grades them, it's either not good enough, or very good, essentially. so most of it's just not very entertaining. I wouldn't think for an LP audience. But I'm, you know, showing it off here just to demo, hey, this is what it looks like. You sort through the pictures, you pick, you have to pick only one photo of each kind of Pokemon to present for grading. And you get graded on a couple different criteria. You get graded on the size of the Pokemon. This is usually bigger is better, but sometimes you can, if you're really close to the Pokemon, you can be downgraded for being too close. The Pokemon's too big in the frame. Pose gets bonus points if they're doing something interesting, but mostly it means whether it's facing toward the camera. And then you get a ×2 technique multiplier on it if the Pokemon's in the middle of the frame.
Wonderful.
And then there are a couple of other bonuses, both of which you'll see in this grading.
You were close.
I didn't realize Pokemon cared about how they were being photographed. Okay. Yeah, if your Pokemon is small enough, he won't even grade you on pose. He'll just give you a low score on size and then just, like, ditch you right there.
Wonderful.
There's the first one of the bonuses. Which I mentioned before, you get more of the same Pokemon in one shot, and you get an additional bonus based on how many and how big they are, or how big they are in the shot.
You were close.
And this is the other kind of bonus that comes in before the multiplier, a special bonus. There are certain kinds of actions, like there are certain kinds of, I don't know, gimmick shots or whatever you want, such as, hey, the Pidgeys are using Gust. Usually it'll be a Pokemon using a special move that you can get an additional bonus for, and some of those bonuses are pretty damn large, and it can make up for low scores in other areas. So yeah, and you can look at all of the photos that you've submitted, even the ones that weren't very good. Like, you can just, you know, look through, see, isn't that nice? That's very nice.